back to CEO Chat. My name is Al Cini.
My name is Joe Osamendi.
And thank you, RVN TV, for a really cool lead-in. We just got a chance to watch it, and it's great being on RVN TV, a terrific network. And we're here with Mike Markulec, and we're going to change gears. Mike is a cybersecurity expert. The beginning of our program was pretty much dedicated to that, but Mike is also a chair of building a Vistage worldwide group. And the same people out there that might be interested in contacting Mike as a solution provider for cybersecurity might also want to talk to him about the advantages of joining a CEO peer advisory group. So why don't you start us up on this segment, because new venture.
Yeah, so new venture, a little bit of change of subject. So I've been a Vistage member for 7 years. And as a CEO, I was in a turnaround state with my company. I had investors that were really looking to sell. I had kind of a management leadership team that I necessarily couldn't tell everything to. I had investors that I couldn't tell everything to. And to be quite honest, my wife didn't care. So you sit there and you struggle with decisions. And fortunately for me, I was approached by somebody at the time who introduced me to Vistage. And Vistage is a non-biased peer advisory group, a group of other CEOs that are not in your industry, they're not competitive, they have no personal or financial gain through their help, but you get to sit around and talk to them about your issues. And if you think that your issues are different than everybody else's issues, they're not. It doesn't matter whether you're a hospital, a not-for-profit, or a cybersecurity software vendor. All of the issues are processed in private. It's just a great organization for CEOs to kind of focus on continuous learning, to have an advisory board that they can go to and they can trust. And you build lifelong friendships. As I said, my group helped me think about the sale of my company, think about the return for my investors, think about what was right for my employees and even my customers. We spent a lot of time talking about, given that we were selling a lot into the federal government, on my responsibility to make sure that the product was maintained and everything else through a transition process. So extremely helpful.
That's key. Now, the power of a Vistage peer advisory group is that the other people that I'm a member with, or people that I get to know personally, there is a confidentiality rule that we all maintain strictly. So I'm free to open up in whatever way I want. I could trust everybody else in this group. And I can also trust them to give me not self-serving advice, but advice that serves me.
Honest, feedback based upon their experiences. So imagine getting a dozen, 16 CEOs in the room and coming to them with a problem in terms of dealing with your sales team, or dealing with revenue generation, or dealing with the technology problem. There's also a component to Vistage that is educational. Bringing in experts in different areas.
Speakers in different areas.
Speakers
on
in different areas.
Basis they meet once a month.
Correct.
And but there's also a one-on-one relationship between the chair and the member. Where you do individual coaching for them.
Yeah, it's kind of individual coaching, individual facilitation, helping them understand what their problems are. Not necessarily solving those problems for them, but really uncovering the root causes and then bringing those back to the group, the larger group, to work on.
Well, that's
and this point for continuous improvement.
And the numbers are interesting, right? If the average business in this country is growing at about 2.5%, Vistage businesses are growing at about 7.5%.
About triple the rate.
About triple the rate of
non-Vistage businesses. So I get a growth bump out of it potentially. I could potentially do some business development with my peers. I mean, it could be that you get business opportunities that way. And I've had a little bit of experience with Vistage, so I know where the power of it comes in. But you've got two Vistage groups that you're building. You've also got a trusted advisor.
Yeah, so Vistage looks at segments the population a little bit differently. There's CEO groups. There's key executive groups. So if you have a key executive within your organization that maybe needs to develop more skills, maybe you have somebody who's in accounting, your CFO, that wants to become a CEO at some point and is looking to broaden their skill set. There's key executive groups that handle that. And then there's trusted advisor groups. Trusted advisor groups are really more focused on business development, networking, building relationships, You still get some of the issue processing, you still get some of the, the peer advisory components, but for the trusted advisor group, it's really about how do we grow everybody's business.
I got it. So a trusted advisor is somebody with a message for CEOs, and it's non-competitive.
Sure.
So I'm never in with another trusted advisor who competes with me.
No, and the trusted advisor groups, I mean, they're a great way to kind of network. They're a great way to kind of expand your revenue generation possibilities. But as I said, it's also a great way to learn about other businesses, to learn about how they're addressing their challenges.
Okay, great. Now there are a bunch of peer advisory organizations out there
Right.
now, and a lot of really small ones. Vistage Worldwide, though, has how many?
Vistage is big. I mean, they got 3,000 groups worldwide.
Wow.
I was just in training in San Diego a couple of weeks ago. Folks from the UK, folks from Canada, folks from Brazil. So they do have a very large international component. Interestingly enough, I've stayed involved with my group. I've been in my group for 7+ years, and I tell people all the time, the first couple of years, I was just a taker, right? I took advice, I took information, I received a lot of benefit. The past couple of years, I've stayed involved, and now I've kind of moved more back to the giving side.
More to the giving side. That's great.
Being able to pass along some of my advice, some of my experience.
And this is why you want to be a chair, because that role appeals to you, because you.
Well, I have a real passion for helping people succeed.
Uh-huh.
Right? I'm involved. I'm on the school board, as you mentioned earlier. I was on the township committee. I've done a lot of coaching of youth sports. I just like to help people succeed. And Vistage is a great way for CEOs, especially CEOs that have kind of grown their businesses organically, that have gotten, that may not have everything in their toolkit that they need to be successful at that next level.
Great,
right?
that's great.
You're a technologist, you build a great technology company, but you're not an expert in human resources. You're not an expert
You need to get
in
to that next.
operations.
You need skills to get to that next level, and everybody in the room has got those skills or experienced, and they can help you with that.
Exactly.
We're coming up on that magic part of our program where you get to give your message to everybody.
Sure.
I'm going to help you with it. There are CEOs out there or municipalities out there that need to know about cybersecurity and need to understand, wrap their heads around the kinds of problems you solve. You should call Mike. Also, there are people out there who are working very hard in their businesses, need to step back a little bit and find a way to work on their business.
Exactly.
That's the Vistage value proposition.
Sure.
So there's your camera. Tell us who should call you and how to get a hold of you.
Great. Hi, Michael Markulec, Harbor Technology Group. I can be reached at 732-371-9269. If you're a small, medium business looking to deal with the cyber challenges, concerned about the threat landscape that's out there, please give us a call. If you're a CEO and any of the Vistage stuff resonated with you, give me a call as well. Vistage is a great organization. It's helped me tremendously build my business, and I'd like to help other people build their businesses.
That's exciting.
Great.
Mike, thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us today on CEO
thank
Chat.
you.
It was a
Thank
real
you.
pleasure.
Yes,
You're a
thank
great
you.
guest.
Thank you.
And thank you all for joining us today, too. My name is Al Cini.
I'm still Joe Osmendi.
You're still Joe Assenetti, and this is still CEO Chat.
Exactly.
We'll be back again in an hour with another guest, but thank you all for joining us today.
Thanks again, and be safe and have a great weekend.
I got to find a way to end the show. I need to have a good day today and a better day tomorrow.
There you go.
I think that was John Facenda.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway,
There you go.
thanks.
Bye, folks. See you in an
Thanks.
hour.